So welcome, our brilliant colleague Kareem. We so appreciate your consistent leadership, and as always at SETC, we begin all things by giving thanks to the stewards of the various lands we're on. We give thanks to all our ancestors, all who toiled, without compassion or compensation. We give thanks to all our elders and community stalwarts whose shoulders we stand on as we build, share, and learn together for our collective liberation and sovereignty. So Kareem, can you please introduce yourself to our listeners and viewers and share a bit about your remarkable work?
For sure. Thank you for that great introduction. So my name is Kareem Abdur-Rashid, and I'm the co-founder of Kare Chemical Technologies. We're a pharmaceutical technology company which specializes in the production of cannabinoids from a byproduct of the citrus industry, limonene. To give a sort of high-level, simplified version of what that means, we take orange peels and convert them into compounds like CBD or THC for pharmaceutical and medicinal use.
That's incredible. When I tell you that I've been impressed with your model for quite some time, I'm just really excited. And you're at 5 years now, right?
Uh, we just crossed four, so we're heading into five soon.
Okay,
We started in 2020, and so yeah, been getting going.
incredible, incredible. Congrats. So my next question is, what are some of the challenges and barriers you and your colleagues are facing, and what's the approach you're taking to overcome some of these challenges and barriers?
For sure. Challenges, I guess, as any business would include funding or access to funding. Also some clients and difficulties arranging with them, payment and issues and stuff like that. I think one main thing though is funding, especially within cannabinoids. We're related to the cannabis industry, which comes with some stigma and other issues. And although we try to remove ourselves as much from that, and we're cannabinoids, individual compounds for pharmaceutical approaches only, there's still a lot of mix up and confusion, and a lot of people just don't want to get involved for various reasons. So I'd say a big challenge is that, and a lot of the industry got a lot of investment early on, and because we're more towards the pharma side, there's less capital geared towards that specifically. So we're kind of working our way up as a small company, definitely contending with companies with a lot more resources than us and a lot larger in size, especially the public companies. So kind of navigating from two ends of difficulty in that way, but doing our best.
That's incredible. So my next question for you is, in terms of some of the key priorities right now in your work, do you want to share some of these with us to ensure that our community of practice and our listeners and viewers have an understanding of how they can potentially support or engage with your model?
For sure. I mean, our current focus right now is funding. We're raising some investment, and I guess that's kind of something that's in some form always ongoing for businesses, unless they have kind of a large cash flow or wall to protect them. But focus mostly, because we're raising that funding, is to go into pharmaceutical development. We want to take these individual compounds beyond CBD and THC and make them pharmaceutical assets and see what potential they have as medicines and use them for that. There's a lot of health benefits that people anecdotally have for cannabis and hemp. And so instead of requiring people to extract the oils from that plant or smoke that plant, which has its own issues, we want to be able to make these products individually and purely, test them in a very rigorous and approved method, and get pharmaceutical use for dosages and compounds, and then have them used as medicine so people can benefit from the properties of this plant without the stigma and get back to their daily lives.
I love it. So my second last question is, what is your ultimate goal? And what does success look like and feel like to you and your colleagues?
I guess the ultimate goal would be to have an approved pharmaceutical drug on the market for medicinal purposes. I think that would be a huge milestone for any pharma company, and it's usually the biggest milestone anyone can have. So, less to say that's a goal many people have, but I think specifically for us, my cousin was diagnosed with epilepsy, and that's how we got started in this because CBD is a really good treatment for that. But beyond even that, in science, in pharma, in medicine, the representation of our community isn't exactly the largest there is. And I think even if we don't make it all the way, although that is the goal, making it part of the way and trying along the way can give inspiration and give some sort of image for others to look on and say, if they can do it or if they can make it that far, we can at least get that far as well. if not further. And I think in some ways we can sort of try to help put a stake in the sand and say, this is for, and we have a place here. And aside from the personal goals that we have in getting medicines there, that can be an image or a visual for the community to look on.
I love it. I love it. So, my last question, do you have any closing thoughts or calls to action for our listeners and our viewers?
For sure. I think one, I guess, closing thought would be do your best. And if you have a vision or a dream, even if it's somewhere that's underrepresented or very hard to visualize yourself being there because no one's been there before, go for it and do the best you can because you'll be the inspiration for those to come after. And specifically for us within science, do your best to make a dent in any industry, especially sciences where there's lack of representation, because you can make that mark yourself and be a visual for others to come after you.
Kareem, it's so impressive. You make our ancestors proud. You're doing some remarkable work. I appreciate your visionary leadership, your tenacity, and your solidarity, my brother. And as always, it sets
Thank
you
you very
close
much.
the way we began this conversation, this interview, by giving thanks to the original stewards of the various lands we're on. We give thanks to all our ancestors, all those who toiled without compassion or compensation. We give thanks to all our elders and community stalwarts whose shoulders we stand on as we build, share, and learn together for our collective liberation and sovereignty. Thank you so much, Kareem. I appreciate you.
Thank you. And thank you for everyone else that has also come before us.